Welcome everybody to the World of Ability. My name is Emily Gomer and a podcast engineer here. So this show is a part of the World of Ability podcast network, which the show and the network were created 4 years ago, on July 26th, 2020, which is the 30th anniversary of the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, or the ADA, by then President George H.W. Bush. And this show and network was also co-founded by Kurt Ruskoff and one of our partners of Marcus Hart of Transform You Media Network. And so for all of this, we are all about all abilities and bringing everybody together to be able to collaborate and work together, no matter whether you have a disability or not. And we are also connected with several different other organizations, like the Jace Join and the Disability Channel, which is all about the media industry, like TV, radio, so on, buying for people with disabilities, and we're also including veterans in that as well. And also part of my connection to this whole thing is I am part of the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin, and do have a autism diagnosis. And one of the things I've been hoping that group with is playing a adult autism conference every year for the last several years. But anyway, but today we have a guest named Joseph, who is over in I believe in Nigeria, who is a product designer, firmware developer, freelancer, and I perceive which is our way to drive business growth and scale startups. And a no code expert from the whole like engineering thing. So gonna bring Joseph in here. So welcome, Joseph.
Okay. Thank you, Emily. It's a pleasure to be here today, and it's an honor to be among us. So yes, thanks for the introduction. Yes, thank you. I'm honored to be.
So would you like to say a little more about who you are, what you do? Anything like that?
Okay. Okay. So I'm Joseph Emmanuel by name, and I'm a product designer. I've been designing since 2019, helping businesses, startup owners, and founders solve their problem and through design solutions. And so far, I've been able to work with different brands, individuals, and companies all around the globe, solving problems and creating digital solutions for people around the world to make the world a better place. So that's a brief summary about me and what I do. So.
Yeah, how did you get into doing what you're doing right now? Like what, I don't know, interested you or inspired you to do what you're doing?
Okay. So if I'm to talk about how I started in product design, it's quite funny. I started my career as a graphic designer, right?
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
then from there, I was working with a client, and then they needed someone that can help them to design the user interface for one of their websites, So, and then he reached out to me that, hey, Joseph, I need someone that can help me design the user interface for one of my websites. And also that's brought up the interest in that field. And also I was opportune to also have a friend as well that is in a design related course, right? And so all of this were, the key ingredients that fueled up my interest in product design. And that was, that makes up to where I am today. That sums it up.
Awesome. Um, so, like, so you've been doing this for 4 years. Um, uh, um,
Okay. Do you want
so,
me? Okay.
no, what were you gonna say?
I said, do you want me to talk about one of my article that I wrote on accessibility and inclusivity in design?
Oh, go right ahead.
So couple of years ago, about 2 years now, I was faced with a challenge, right? While we were trying to design a product for a fintech company in Madagascar, right? And it happened that one of the end users that we wanted to target for this product, one of them is a person that, has an issue with their eyes, their sight, right? So when they look at the screen for a longer period of time, they get to have, different colors. I don't know the name in medicine, right? But the person had issues, right? Seeing colors, right? And so it was a very big challenge while we were trying to test the product. And then that was one of the things that brought up my interest in accessibility and inclusive design, right? Because most of the product that we have today just want to create for users, neglecting the fact that there are some set of users that we also need to include and make our product inclusive, right? And then it happened that I now have to sit down to learn accessibility and inclusivity in design. And then one of the key things that brought off my interest in that article was that after the solution was recreated and the design was made inclusive, one of in it for designers that are probably watching us live, there is what we call color contrast, right? Whereby, you make sure that most important things on the website or on the mobile applications, the colors are visible enough. So in case the user has maybe short-sightedness or color blindness, something of sorts, they'll be able to be included as potential users for that product and be able to make use of it quite easily. And so those were one of the things approach we used in that product as at that time to sprout up my interest in creating design solutions that is accessible for all and inclusive for all. So that's a little bit of the story on how I wrote that article then.
Yeah, it's a like really important thing. So, because if somebody can see it or read it, that'd be kind of a hard thing, and you might, yeah, they'd probably be like lose interest right away if they can't read and that kind of.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah, I could see how that would be important with yeah, if somebody can't read it or if the colors uh made it not whatever,
Exactly.
then
exactly.
they'd like lose interest in that kind of thing.
And yeah.
Um, so you like worked with like a lot of um had like a lot of uh um uh or I guess that's the wrong question. Um, so what was this article for?
Okay.
Um,
So the focus of the article was to create a sensitization for most especially new product designers that are coming into the field, right? So that they can have the understanding and the experience of not just creating design solution for design's sake, right? But design solutions or products or digital products that will be inclusive and accessible for every set type of users. Both people with ability or people with disability, the product must be accessible. And a key example is, for people that have disability, and then one of a key feature that we have today is the voice readers, right? Ability for the application to read out the text for you, just in case you don't have the ability to access or see or read the text with your physical eyes. So voice readers is one of, a very key development also that helps in accessibility and inclusive design. So the goal of the article was to create a sensitization in the design world and then to help every type of people, that will be making use of digital products from now and in the future.
yeah, well, no, was the article like for like a magazine or for like what was
Okay,
for a
you
class
know,
or what was
okay,
like
I
for
wrote it and I posted it on Medium. Yeah, on Medium. I
oh like social media?
Yes, social media. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, so have you like worked with a lot of people with different like abilities and that kind of thing?
Okay.
I don't know if that's
I
the
would
right
say,
question.
what is it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right question, but um, have you gotten like a lot of clients or anything in with like different abilities or that kind of thing?
Okay, yes. I've had a scenario like that. And then just because, I told you prior to that time, I had interest in designing for both people with ability and, and all of that. So I work with a client as well that is in that similar sphere, to design some solutions as at that time to help people, but recently also I'll be working on, on the project to help reduce malnutrition in sub-Saharan countries in Africa. So it's a non-governmental organization, to create intergovernmental platform, to help in collaboration and increase the rate of, reduce the rate of malnutrition in some countries in sub-Saharan Africa. So I would say, and also people with disability, most especially in that part of the world. So generally speaking, not even in Africa, but on the global range, I've had the opportunity to solve problems for people with ability, and then make the world a better place, make them inclusive, both people of race, color, and and everything, include everybody together while creating solution, and make the world a better place. So yes, I've had the opportunity to do that.
Um,
Did I did I answer your question?
uh, I think so.
Okay.
So are you so is your organization just for in Nigeria and Africa, or is it for like other places like outside of like
Yes,
Africa too?
it's for the global scale. I was just talking about a particular project that I was
Okay.
contacted for. So it's for the global scale. It's for the global scale. obviously, for the quickest one.
Um, I'm not sure if I've can you explain like what Framer is. I'm not really sure if I what like Framer is, or like the no code. Yeah, I can't talk. No, like code.
Okay, okay. I remember. Okay. So talking about no code, right? And Framer as a tool, one of the no code tools, popular no code tools out there today. One of them is WordPress, which has been, I think,
Oh,
one of the earliest no code tool. And then one of them is Webflow, right? And so we live in a digital age where so many businesses and many founders have an idea, um, and then they don't know how to start. So the long hassle of waiting for front-end developers to use 6 weeks, 1 month, sometimes it can take longer than that to develop the website, right? And then, make people be aware of the business. And so that is where this no-code tool came into place. And people like me have had the opportunity to learn this tool and then design solutions for businesses and individuals. And I will say so far, just this month alone, I've been able to help so many businesses, about 3 to 4, to help them design their website with this tool. So it's been really good. It makes launching, designing, developing, and launching a website online faster than ever before, and also more intuitive and easily manageable with the help of CMS and many other tools that are available in Framer as a no-code tool. And so I've had the opportunity to be using that tool to learn it and then solve problems with it, which is the main goal: ability to solve problem with the tool and create solutions. So yes, I remember it was when we had our first conversation that we discussed about Freeman, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Um. So it's trying to think here. So I know like the whole like color thing is a uh big thing, but like what um
Okay. I understand your question.
but like have you gotten like a lot of clients come in, or what have they come to you like saying like what their pain points and stuff are for like you to try to help them with?
Okay. So that is where user research comes into play, right? I understand what you're trying to say. The use of good color contrast on websites, right? So
Yeah,
let's say for example, you're on an e-commerce website and you want to click to buy a product, right?
yeah,
And the color on the button is not good enough, right? And mistakenly, you want to buy Word and you mistakenly click to, for example, just for example. So that's an example of having a bad color contrast on a website. And that can lead to the user performing actions that they don't want to do. And so in situations like that, they can be a case of a lawsuit. Yes, there are situations whereby users sue companies with this website, bring up legal papers that they paid for something they didn't want to because there was a lot of distraction on the website and all of that. So these are one of the reasons why. So color contrast is just one of, accessibility on website that we have today. So there are many. Another example is the alt text, alternative text, right? There are people that have the disability of sight, for example, and they are surfing through a website. So voice readers will be able to pick the alternative text on the image and read it out for them without seeing the mobile phone. Or for example, for people that have ability and maybe they can't hold something on their hand and their mobile phone is far away, or their laptop or their system, they can just use voice readers, and this alternative text, alt text on this website will read out the image, the description of the image without them seeing the image. And it helps their, it gives them an ability and make them inclusive and also make the website or the product accessible for them. That is where the term accessibility comes into play. That is every age group, every type of people. Once you're a human, no matter whatever you're going through, you must be able to access this product, be it website or mobile app, and be included as a potential user for this platform and be able to access it like every other people. That's the goal.
There. Right. Let me see here. So yeah, this is good here. So I was trying to think of my next question, but yeah, Joseph is over in Nigeria and he does stuff with like accessibility and stuff with like websites and other things. So that's what we're trying to talk about.
Excellent. And I was catching bits and pieces. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be on at the beginning here to catch it all. One thing that I'm curious, if I already covered this, I apologize, but what got you started in this?
Okay. It's just, I'm a type of person that, I would say I love problems, but I mean, I love solving problems. Let me put it that way. So, when people say, oh, there's a problem here, there are type of users that first, what got me into design was interest and people around me, right? I had a friend that is in a design related course when I was back in the university. And then that's part of my interest and also to buy courses and start learning. But most especially, what caught my interest in the area of accessibility and inclusive design is the fact that we all are humans. For the fact that my two eyes are working perfectly or my two hands are working perfectly doesn't mean that it's the same for everybody all over the world, right? And we have billions of people around the world that are going to make use of my solution, right? And I must be able to include them in my process. So, because I won't be with them while they are going through this website or the mobile application. So I have to put them in mind that, there might be some users that might not be able to see, right? Or have some difficulties with their site and they want to use the website just like every other people. So it's just like me feeling their pain and finding a way to solve a problem for them. And so that caught my interest in not just being a product designer, but also be a product designer that, takes accessibility and inclusivity on, at the very top of my solution. So, and so far, I've been able to do that, and, work on a couple of projects, even for intergovernmental platforms. So it's an honor and a privilege to be solving these problems and helping people and making the world a better place. That's just the idea.
I love that. And often people come into that space, that headspace really with having met somebody or there's something that spurred that. And it's kind of fun to hear that this is something that you just want to do. And it's huge because it's not common. So I'm so impressed to hear that this is just how you function. This is where you come from, that you want to be able to reach people no matter where they are. And that's amazing. I wish more people would have that kind of approach because it really makes a difference, doesn't it?
Exactly. The world is a small place. That's what people don't understand. And we have a little time to spend here. So why just don't we make it a better place, even for those that are coming after us, and make life easy for everybody, no matter the color, no matter the race, no matter the disability, we all are humans after all, the first place.
Excellent. I love that. Oh, Kurt, go ahead. I see a hand raised.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a little break here because we have business to take care of for the World of Billy Podcast Network. Emily, I noticed you're on your device strong, and we've had communications for the past hour about Coach K, and we are planning the July 4th virtual picnic. Emily, what's the update? Are we going to get on the phone with Coach K, or what's going on your end, Emily? Let us know what's going on during the show.
Yes, I will contact Coach K right now. And see either if he can come on here or anything like that.
Excellent. Yeah, we got multiple things. There's a lot of plates spinning in the background. I love it. So that is fantastic. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and keep us posted on the status there, that would be awesome. So Joseph, you're actually on the other side of the world right now. What time is it by you?
Okay, it is 7:31 p.m. Yeah, in
Okay.
Nigeria.
So you are 6 hours ahead from where we are right now. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And you're right. The world really is a small place, and it's getting smaller and easier to connect now. My goodness, COVID proved to us that it's still easy and possible to connect all around, even when we're stuck at home, or whatever the situation is.
Exactly.
It really made the world a smaller place for me personally. The number of people I've met and gotten to work with through a platform just like this, that we can just hop on Zoom, and here we are. And I'm so happy to have a chance to meet you, Joseph. This is fantastic.
Awesome. We can connect after the call, and that's absolutely fine. I have Emily's and Kurt's details, so I'm accessible, I'm available. And then another thing that I would love to say is when everything comes down to the digital space, because in the coming years, if you have a business, right? If you have anything you're selling, if it's consulting, if it's anything, there is always a place of having an online presence for it, right? Because virtually people spend at least 6 hours, at least a minimum of 6 hours a day on their mobile phones. So it's just like people have new best friends, which is via their laptops, their mobile phones, their television, right? Also, we now have to find a way to reach these people and create solutions. Just like while we are interacting on Zoom, the interface we are interacting on is the UI. So if the interface is really bad and you want to click on video and it's looking like audio, so you'll be a little bit confused, and it won't be really usable for you. And in the next minute, you jump out of the application. So these are the problems that we see as product designers, and we come together and solve and find solutions to it, so as to make every platform usable, accessible, interactable. I don't know what adjective to use again, but I know you get what I'm trying to say. So that's just the idea. And so it is not the heart of just creating colors and images, creating text, creating beautiful designs, but that is great. But if it is beautiful and it is not usable by the users, then it's a waste. It's just like you went to the kitchen, you made a good meal, and looking all great, but the taste is bad. So what's the purpose? So that's how it works. So I just said I should have that and chip that in. And I have community where I teach people, and also have like an awareness for those that are just coming into the field, to be able to have this knowledge and understanding, most especially of accessibility and inclusivity. Because once they have that knowledge preliminary, it's going to help them in the process and in every stage of their career. And right now, my focus is to help most especially business owners, startup founders that want to design and launch their website as fast as possible. there was a company, a consulting company in Switzerland that reached out to me recently for their website, right? And I was able to design and make it go live in a week.
Excellent. So now you mentioned you have some communities that you work with. Are they like, I'm picturing like a Facebook group, or is that where do people find the communities? How are you working with that?
Okay, so it's just random people all over the internet, TikTok, because I have, some couple of contents that I create online, about my job. And then that's also attract potential clients. Tomorrow you might have someone that needs my services. Obviously, Joseph is going to pop up in your mind and you find a way to reach out to me. So that's how it works. So because of my online presence, a lot of people that are new to the field reach out to me that they want to do this, they need help. So then and I created a WhatsApp community, to help them put them through and then directs them on their paths and share some knowledge during my leisure time with them and then, bring them up in the field because you can't just keep all the knowledge to yourself. You need to distribute it among other people as well. So that is my perspective. So
Excellent. And that I love that too, because you are all about giving. I see that coming from you, that you're helping the community and in multiple communities. You're helping people who may not be able to access the online pieces out there the way people traditionally can, like you're saying, if you can't see it, so you're thinking totally beyond what's right in front of us. And that is beautiful. That goes to this world of ability, right?
yeah.
Being able to celebrate the ability in all of us, and that you actually have, I'm going to kind of flip that you have the ability to make those differences. You know what it takes to make somebody's website accessible to others that wouldn't otherwise be able to do that. How long have you been doing this?
For about 5 years now.
Okay. Do you have a favorite project that you've done that you want to share?
Okay. I have a couple of them. I have
That'd be
quite a
great.
couple of
If you want to even share your screen, if that helps, you're absolutely welcome to do that if that would be helpful.
okay. 1 second.
Sure. And I am actually going to I'll be right back. I'm closing a door here so I don't get any background noise. But
Okay.
when you're bringing that up,
All right.
there we go.
Just give me a second.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're so happy you're on here. And while he's looking that up, I can just mention again here, World of Ability. We are live on YouTube. And if you're seeing us there and you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. That definitely helps the channel out. So go ahead and subscribe. It's World of Ability Network. And we are live there. We go on share this out on as much social media as we can. We are really doing our best to share things out and make the world a smaller place so that we can all access all the different things that are out there. There's so much good. There are so many people that we've had come through here and share what their corner of the world is all about. And we love to highlight and showcase and share what people are doing so that can be a wonderful piece that will help other people. So I know for us personally, I don't know if you saw my shirt, Ski Club, we are, oh, it doesn't come through entirely there, but we are water skiers and the ski season is getting underway. It's getting warm here. Today's the first really nice day out there, but we've already started on the water, and that is something that is going to be coming in quick now, where we will have some adaptive ski events. And actually, Joseph, whenever you're ready, you're welcome to come on back in here, but I'll go ahead and share a little bit about what's coming up this summer while you're doing that on your end. So we do have adaptive dates coming up. We have our events down in Burlington. So Burlington, Wisconsin is the home of the Aqueduct ski team, and also the Lindsay Legis Free Water Ski Club. And it's with the Lindsay Club that we are doing some adaptive skiing dates. We have 2 Fridays scheduled down there. One is Friday, June, I believe it's the 28th, whatever that last Friday in June is. And then in August, I believe it is Friday, August 23rd. So those are the 2 days. We start at 10 in the morning and we keep going until we're done. We usually are done around like 5 at the latest. So a lot of local organizations that have folks that that go to them for their day program will actually bring a group out. We have probably 3 or 4 different organizations that'll bring, 3 to 8 individuals from their organization with, and we work with them earlier in the day because they're day programs. So they usually start and run with us between like 10 and 2. And then after that, we'll take, it ends up being good timing then for individuals to come on out as well. So folks that are not part of any kind of day program that would be able to take advantage of adaptive water skiing. So we have a sit ski, and we are able to go on out on the water with folks who never would have thought otherwise that they could do such a thing. And we have really made some amazing friends over the years doing this and have so many great stories, so many good people, and it is totally something I look forward to each year. So that is something that we're doing in Burlington. We do have one date as well up in Wisconsin Rapids. The biggest, largest, most humongous, the biggest water ski tournament. Now, I should say show ski. We're part of putting on ski shows. So amongst all of the tournaments in the world for show skiing, the biggest one that takes place is in Wisconsin Rapids, which is only about, what is it from here, a little over 2 hours away from where we are in the Milwaukee area. So Wisconsin Rapids is kind of center of the state, a little south of center, if you can picture what Wisconsin looks like. And that is where we go every year in July. So I believe the Friday is July 19th when we would be doing the adaptive skiing. So that the tournament starts with individual competitions on that Thursday. And then there's Division 3, Division 2, Division 1 is the order it goes in. So for the most part, Friday would be Division 3 teams, which are the smaller teams. And then Division 2 for the most part is on Saturday. And then going into Sunday would be the biggest teams in the state. And throughout that whole course of events, we get to go and watch ski shows all day long. They are timed. So they're basically the ski clubs all have an hour to put on their show. And their whole time slot is an hour and a half. So they've got 20 minutes to set up, 1 hour to do their show, and then 10 minutes to do the cleanup at the end. And they are timed, and that's all part of the competition too. So literally every hour and a half all day long, we can watch ski shows. The fun part then for us is on Friday, we will take time on the other end of the lake, and we have some friends that we've made in the area up there where we do adaptive water skiing on the other end of the lake. And it is a lot of fun. We even have one family that used to be super close by who now they actually live, I would say 3 or 4 hours away, and they still drive down to join us for that day. So we can only hope we'll have the best weather, best water, and we can make the most of the event on those dates. But that is so much fun. And Joseph, I know you're asking about how many minutes. You can have as much time as you like. We are going to be on here for another, let's see, a little over an hour. So as much time as you would like, you are welcome to. Often we have others that are joining us, and I'm surprised they haven't hopped in at this point, but that's fine. It's advantage your direction. You can take as much time as you would like. So are you ready for me to bring you back in? Excellent. All right. Actually, somebody else brought you back in. I was just clicking buttons and poof, you're there. So welcome back.
So thank you. And so I have a couple of projects here. I don't even know which one to pick, but what I'm going to do is I would use first my portfolio and my portfolio website, obviously, and then one of my clients' projects. But so let me do that real quick. I might have maybe 15 minutes left, but it's always a pleasure, and it's an opportunity to be here with you guys today.
Excellent. Yeah, take as much
I-
time as you'd like. This is fantastic. I'm
I
excited.
don't think I have the ability to share my screen. Can you help me check in your hand?
Oh, let's see who can oh, I see. Here we go. You should be all set. Let's see who can start. There we go. You should be good to go now. Sorry, I thought that was already set in place. My bad.
Okay, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. What's going on? I'm trying to do okay, yes. Okay, I should be able to now. Share. Okay. So can everyone see my screen?
I can see it. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So what I was saying the other time is when I'm creating solutions is from a place of solving a problem, like I said. And so the goal of this, my own website, like we are seeing now, is to help businesses to design an awesome experience, and not just awesome experience for their users or potential customers, but to engage and convert them into potential customers. And so this is like a wheel of my past works. So coupled with all of this, the first hero section, we call it hero section, which is the first page, the first section the users land on when they get to a new website. So that's alone has given them the idea of why am I here? Why what's the purpose of this website? Out of millions or thousands of websites on the internet. So these are the things that I put in place while designing solutions for businesses, so, and individuals, obviously. And so the goal of this, my portfolio website, is to convert people to, have a conversation with me so that we can look and find a way to solve problems for them. And then, now this is now talking more about my core services. Like, what does this guy exactly do? And so having the ability to see that I can help you, and also seeing some of my past work in a glimpse, and then now seeing that, okay, what does it does exactly? What does it do? What are the services that it offers? And then here I was able to list them so as to, and then everything here has alt text. So if a user, has ability, yes, in the positive sense, and then, if they use, there are alt text all over the images on those websites, so that when they are using voice readers, it's going to read out the image as a text, for example. And then I make sure that all the colors are accessible in terms of the contrast. So I use the black background here, and I make sure that the color of the text is legible, and the text is readable enough. Not like when the users will have to now, stretch their eyes to the screen before they can see, okay, what's this? So all of those are common problems that most designers don't pay attention to. And this has been an area of opportunity for me to go in and solve and create solutions. So my own website is a testament of my professionalism and my problem-solving skills. And while they are still here, they might be confused. Okay, can I even hear what other people that he has worked with, what they've said about him? And then I had to bring in the testimonial section to do that, and then let them know that, okay, yes, I'm trustworthy for this. And then trust me, that's just the goal. Once the users can trust you, they are going to buy from you. And then this is the testimonial section of people that I worked with in the past. And also I have a carousel that, the moving logos of past people that I've worked with. I've had the privilege to work with many companies, just like, and even universities in the US, like Gannon University, many of them, Carifex, Maori in France, Idea Socials in Russia, Fitness Center in the UK, VIA in the UK, Trevon in Nigeria, and many of them, Maya in France as well, Skype in Madagascar, and many other companies as well, Carifex in the US. So many more of them, it's so that people can say, oh, yes, for companies like this to trust this guy, that means he knows what, he understand what he's doing. And then here I was able to break down, what, even before they book a call with me, I was able to break it down and then make them see that, oh yes, you will get results in the first few hours, and then that alone has highlighted the process, because most users get bored. Okay, what am I going to have when I have a call with him? What are we going to discuss about? I just want to know ahead of time. So this, is an area of opportunity. And then, I was able to select case studies. So this is where I'm going, right? So now let's consider this. So VIA is an application that encourages carpooling. That is, where you can bring 1 or 2 people together on a ride with you. So it's for a startup in the UK. Sorry for that. That is in this line of business. And they contacted me, for the UI design, and I was able to carry out the research, break it down, and then, come up with the UI. So, for users to not get bored while they're on my portfolio, I just had to, put a little bit description and then more of UI samples of the project. It's VIA is a UK travel startup that focused on travel through carpooling, addressing the fact that 60% of car trips are taken alone. Then VIA provides an affordable and sociable and environmentally responsible alternative to expensive train journeys, aiming to reduce carbon footprints and make traveling more engaging by connecting drivers and passengers. You could see that even on projects that I work for, I select them. I just don't work on every project, right? When they reach out to me that, hey, Joseph, we need help, we need design. And then I had to, okay, what problem are you solving? So in this situation, this company in the UK is solving eco-friendly problems, making the environment more responsible, and making the world a better place by connecting drivers and passengers, reducing the imprint of the many cars on our roads today. Since you can carpool with other people, that will reduce the number of cars on the road. And to cut the long story short, this is a screenshot from the product and some opportunities that we encountered in their solution while I helped them to work on it. So my redesign improved how the app looks and the experience of the users. We could see from the screenshot that I just made here. And then one particular feature that I worked on is the emergency button feature, right? So this is to target or focus on the area of the safety of the users. Like I said earlier, my goal as a designer is to, in every possible way, protect the users that are using this product and make it inclusive and accessible for them. So in this life example, I was able to, am I still connected?
Yes. Yep, you're good.
Awesome. Okay. So I was able to sit down and then think of a very good solution and then find, how to ensure that the safety of the users on this mobile application while being on the ride is protected. And then I came up with this feature. And then these features were designed with the user's peace of mind at the forefront, ensuring that both drivers and passengers feel secure and supported at all times. And the design of this safety button not only underscores VIA dedication to creating a safe and welcoming community, but also my commitment to delivering thoughtful, user-centric design solutions that addresses real-world concerns and improve the overall carpooling experience. So you could see that even before I showed you a real-life example of what I've done for startups and businesses in the past, like this was used in the UK, even though I've not been there before, but I'm solving problems around the world, making life easy for people, in this global world we call, global space we call the world. So, and then I had to round it up. That's why it's not about the users while they're going through my website to be reading, but I just took out some special features that I worked on in while working with that company to help them solve and create an experience for their mobile application. So you could see my versatility is not only focused on website. So most people might say, oh, okay, he's been talking about websites since morning. It seems it's just focused on website. No, my expertise cuts across every digital platform, be it mobile app and website. So in this situation is a website, and then the safety of the users is paramount. So I have to find a way to solve that and provide solutions to that problem. I think I might have to stop here a bit, and then that's just a little bit of
That's
many.
amazing. I could see this being used, not just in the UK. That's something that could be marketed all through the United States too. Because if you have something within, say, I live near Milwaukee, have a Milwaukee area carpool, and or however that would work. I'm not sure how you would select location exactly, but I mean, honestly, you hit the thing that the first thing that comes to my mind then is, okay, how do you know who you're picking up? Is this going to be okay? But you've got it built right in there. You thought ahead to what people are going to want to know and want to be able to have as features. And I think that's amazing.
And safety of
Yeah.
so that's just a little bit of what I do. I have many, but due to non-disclosure of agreements and all of that, I might not be able to share some here on this live stream.
Sure.
Many people all over the world will be watching this. It might not be now, but in the future. So to avoid some legal issue. But what I can do is maybe after this call, people that want to have a conversation with me, maybe just for them to have an idea more about how their businesses can serve their users well, right? I also work as a user experience consultant, not only just designing interfaces alone. So because my knowledge cuts across ability to find a balance between solving the problem for the users and also meeting the business goals, because at the end of the day, the business has to make profit, so there has to be a balance. So I'm able to do that as well.
Excellent. Oh, this is wonderful. You bring so many pieces to the table. I love it. This is so I appreciate that you had this available that you could share like that. And so if people want to find out more, if anyone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Okay, I'm available on almost all platforms, but one of them is my LinkedIn, which I use quite a lot. Okay, let me access it through my website. Let's see Joseph himself. I have an about me section. This is me.
Oh, nice.
This is my workspace on the right hand side, my monitor and my computers. And this is me, I've been an eco-friendly individual. Sometimes I go outside to work and then I drink water a lot. You can see it from my MacBook and my my table of my water by the side, so obviously, and then how to connect to me. Let me click on my LinkedIn. Should I share the link on the chat box or?
That'd be great.
Okay, let me do that now. And then maybe on the post on YouTube, it can be also shared, because I'm very sure many people will be, oh my God, I think this guy can help me. It might not be just, like I said, I'm a consultant, right? Not just the design aspect. In every situation, businesses that have problems, and then, I'm just a problem solver on all around, and, making the world a better place.
I love it. Perfect. Yeah, if you could share that in the chat then, how people can best reach you, that is perfect. I love it.
Can I stop sharing?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, awesome.
Amazing. I love it. Oh, so and actually, how did you connect with Kurt and Emily in the first place? I actually don't know if I heard the story of how you guys met.
Okay, I'm trying to let me find the chats first.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make sure to save that. I know we've got a couple of friends joining us here that just dialed in as well. So we'll bring them in just a moment, because I know you need to get heading out here soon. So yeah, how was it that you guys first met?
Okay, I've shared the link to my website on the chat. Anybody can connect to me from there. Okay, so I'm everywhere, sometimes. So we met on HNP,
Oh,
Plat
excellent.
Happy networking people. I hope I'm correct. They might watch this broadcast and say, "Hey, Joseph, you're spelling our name wrong." No, 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 no.
No, you got it. Happy Neighborhood Project. It's awesome.
So, since I love solving problems, I just find a way to connect with businesses, owners, founders, startup owners, companies, individuals that needs, my services, to just help them. I just want to help people, right? Although I will get rewarded for it, right? But I have to help you and solve your problem. So, it was around 2 a.m. my time in Nigeria, but
Oh my goodness.
I'm used to it. So I'm just everywhere, so that was how we connected. And then, and then she both Emily and I think Kurt, I think I connected first with Kurt. So Kurt connected me with Emily. And then the relationship was built from there, and Kurt also loves what I'm doing and all of that. So that's how I'm here today.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, I'm so happy you're able to join us here today. It's been lovely getting a chance to get to know you, and feel free to stay as long as you like. I see we got Marianne joining us as well. So Marianne, are you there? Would you like to come on in and say hello?
Where are we here?
Oh,
I
we can
am.
hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Hi, hola, and aloha. I'm Marianne of Waikiki. I'm the author of the Acts of Kindness series featuring 200 folk Manus puppets. My books are written for animation movies with sign language characters and soundtrack by Hawaiian artist Lucy in the Perfect Way. And I am currently in San Carlos, Mexico, with my neighbor from Hawaii, who I've sailed around the Hawaiian Islands. And in San Carlos here, he's preparing to have the boat hauled out Monday. And going to be traveling USA with his husky Bea for the summer. And so just having him over for some nice lunch. He offered to play piano yesterday for some of my San Carlos lady friends down here. And it was Aloha Friday, so we had some Kailua pork and pineapple. And we just grilled some pineapple this morning and talking story about Hawaii. So again, the books were originated in Hawaii. My first book is Underwater Acts of Kindness, featuring Noah, the hard of hearing whale, who is recruited by a sea turtle called the General of the New Earth Army to tackle the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. Our second book is Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, featuring Harry, the hard of hearing rabbit, Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken, and Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee. And as you can see my flyer there, I've created coloring books teaching the ASL 26 letters of the alphabet. And Trevor Gibbs, who we met last week again, helped me with the website, the actsofkindnessseries.com website. And we uploaded four videos to YouTube of these signing characters. So you can meet Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, who helps Noah rehabilitate at the shipping clinic in the book Underwater Acts of Kindness. And you can meet Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken. She was a sign language interpreter for Harry, the hard of hearing rabbit, and accompanied with her is Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee. Again, these are all folk Manus puppets. They're a company out of California, Emeryville, California, who has been in business for over several decades. I'd say a half a century, and they produce these amazing puppets. And I'm really excited. Leon's going to join us, Leon McLaughlin with Clean Water Foundation out of Seattle, Washington. We're partnering together. And I just spoke with my writer, Suzanne Sims, to start writing the climate change book called Cool Acts of Kindness, featuring Waterflow the whale. And I don't know, Sue, if you have the videos, and Emily to show the videos here of what I've created. to show the vision and the mission. What Leon does is he brings filters worldwide to schools, clinics, hospitals, and fundraises. And he's been focused on the Hopi Navajo reservation in Arizona. And we are going to be doing other things. I also have an ostrich named Rich the Ostrich that is in Africa. So if Emily can pull that up, that will give our audience a little bit more of what we've been up to in working on the Acts of Kindness series. So thank you so much for having me here. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Excellent. It's always good to have you here. And I don't know if you were able to catch anything. Joseph was on here showing us all the wonderful things that he's been doing and how he's able to do good work with websites and whatnot as well. So actually, Joseph, do you want to do a quick introduction of yourself? I know you got to get going soon. I don't want to keep you, but as long as you're still here, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, that'd be awesome.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's great to connect with you, Marianne, and hear about what you do, your business, and all of that. You know, it's nice meeting you today. Just a little bit about me. I help businesses, startup founders, individuals, you know, to create an online presence and help them solve problems. And if it's profits they're looking for, help them to find a way to generate profits, you know, and then, you know, just solving problems through design in general. And it's an honor to be here and then get to speak with, and then I have a focus on accessibility and inclusivity, right? Which is to finding a way to make the digital world accessible for everybody, be the, you know, removing the barrier of gender, race, disability, and many of them. So that's just a summary of who I am and what I do. So.
Excellent. Yeah, because I think
Awesome.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, awesome. Well, I partnered with Trevor Gibbs. His company is called the Charity Revolution or the Web Detective .online. And he evaluates websites to make sure they're ADA compliant, meaning that's American Disabilities Act, which was signed over 30 some years ago by President Bush. And he evaluates the websites to make sure the font size are readable, persons with color blindness, audio visual, and if not, you can receive up to a $75,000 fine if you are a business owner that's not compliant with the ADA. So we had him on last week, and so grateful again that he was able to outline my website. I don't know if you can bring that up right now, Sue. And
I'm working on it. It's on my phone. I got to get it to my computer.
Okay, a little noisy here in San Carlos, but we gave the outline with that, and we also showed the YouTube videos teaching teaching the ASL 26 letters of the alphabet. And during the pandemic, I created 10 online chapter courses. So if you read the chapter of the book, then you can go to YouTube, learn the ASL fingerspelling alphabet, and then you can go play the games for free on Apple. And the good news is that all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of my books from an organization called DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. So everybody wins. And I'm really excited to work with Leon. He's getting closer. And I met with Joe Wright from Sales and Marketing Guy from Kraft and Kellogg's Food to help promote the books with these openings of some juiced coffee, tea, water bars, and moving forward. So hopefully that will be happening in the fall. And again, I'm glad I connected with my writer so that we can start writing. And it's going to be about, the climate change book is going to be about, I think, a camp, a summer camp for climate change, the days of the week. And the creativity was starting to flow this week and getting the aha moments. And I connected with Leon. I go, what do you think about this and that? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So anyway, I'm really excited to move forward and enjoying this beautiful weather here. It's warming up here in Mexico. And we went on a boat cruise last week with some friends, had a great time in the pool. And so again, my friend Robert, Captain Robert, played piano for us. Lovely ladies here in my apartment. What a treat. and he'll be staying with me this weekend, and then I'll be sending him off. But he says he's going to return, and we're going to sail in the fall. So I'm holding him to it. And we have the regatta next week, so I'm not quite sure where I'll be.
Oh, wow.
But I'll be in San Carlos. But the Tucson Sailors are coming down here, and I'll be meeting people down there in the marina and watching that. So a new adventure, and it's going to be great. And talking about hurricane season and preparing. So we just went through all that too as well. So thank you so much for having me here. I'm Marianne of Waikiki.
Awesome. All right. And I did find your videos here. I got 2 of them that I pulled up. So I'm Joseph, go ahead. Did you have
Okay.
anything?
Okay. I don't have much to say, but I might just have to leave now. So
All good. Thank you so much for joining us. And we are here same time every week. So anytime you want to come on back, feel free.
awesome. It was great speaking with you and help every other members of the team today. And then, I can't wait for us to, connect better and create solutions and make the world a better place. That's the idea. So
Excellent. I love it. Beautiful. Well, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you hopefully again soon here. We'll definitely be connecting online.
awesome. That's fine. All right, Sue. Take care of you and Kurt and Emily. So bye, guys.
Excellent. Thank you, Joseph. Bye.
Bye.
And I do have let's see here, the video. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And just gotta grab the right one here. Oh, 1 second. Let me just make.
Oh, yep, there we are. That's
Give me-
Seattle, Washington. That's where Clean Water Foundation, Leanne McLaughlin, is located.
Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Take a breath. Let it be alright. Take a breath. Let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. Let this moment be your doorway to bliss. Seeking love, 'cause it's seeking you.
Excellent.
Okay, so there's a second one too, Sue. If you can play that, Rich and Radiant. So what do you think? That's Lucy's music. Okay, go ahead.
That's beautiful. Here's the second one.
Rich and radiant I am. Rich and radiant I am. I am. Rich and radiant I am. Rich and radiant I am. I am. Now is the time to realign with my truth so deep inside. I am always provided for in this moment.
Excellent.
So what's your thought, Sue? Okay, remember I have you play the song by Lucy, Love is the Only Way. Now you
Yep.
can see the vision and the mission with Waterflow the Whale. And that's Robo Motivation, who accepts the filters and will travel around the world, dropping the filters off, and especially to Rich and Radiant. So that is a singer, Lucy Lynch. She is in Hawaii. She teaches singing lessons. She does crystal bowls. I just saw her post on Facebook. She was doing some healing work with some horses out there on the island of Oahu. Sound bowl with the horses. So you can visit her, LucyLynchBandcamp.com. So yes, from that thought to action, Sue. Those are going to be the videos for our sequel book called Cool Acts of Kindness for Climate Change and Clean Water Foundation. And I got the vision that will probably make this a shorter book. But we'll have the days of the week of a summer camp with activities of learning sign language one day with the coloring books, learning a science project about Dr. Emoto, who put love and hate on 2 different jars. And you see the water crystals formation. They're beautiful when you say love. They turn a little ugly when you say the word hate. And that's what we are. We're made up of 90% of water. So just imagine what you're saying and being mindful. And yeah, so and we also have some other activities. So I'm just playing around with it. And at the end of the book or the weekend of summer camp for climate change, we'll have a play and talking about earth, wind, water, fire, called The 5 Elements with 5 Elephants. So a lot of creativity is happening. Real excited again to start creating and working with Suzanne Sims, and she's in Phoenix right now. She'll be relocating to Guadalajara, and we're all from Hawaii. So dreams really do come true somewhere over the rainbow. So Sue, tell me, how's water skiing happening? What's going on in Wisconsin this Memorial weekend?
We are on the water. We are getting there. Actually, I see Barbara's here as well. I want to make sure to get her in and give her a chance to have a reaction to all what we're talking about here too. So Barbara, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, very good. I got to meet my friend this morning at 555 this morning, where we went to be with a number of women. There was 11 of us on the beach here to see the sunrise. And these are women who come to do juicing and to do fruits, doing tropical fruits for 3 days and learning about healing. And that was wonderful. And I got to go to a discussion meeting, and then I got to a meeting with my fellow women who were all chanting together to see us all have breakthroughs this year. And now I'm with you all, and I feel very lucky.
Oh, so glad to hear.
Yeah, been a great day. And I'm trying to connect people on someone I was chatting with online. I'm trying to give her how she can connect with you for the world of ability, and also people wanting to connect with laughter yoga. So, I mean, that's one of my dreams, is to be useful on this planet and networking people and helping people find each other and start working together. So it feels good to be doing that.
Excellent. Oh, I love that. And, actually, you just got me thinking here with, I know there's a group we work with called The Great Discovery, and I wonder if that would be another possible way to introduce laughter yoga to people. Got me thinking here. We'll have to have a conversation offline on that one a little bit too, to see if maybe something can be put together that be a fun way to share that out.
Oh, sure.
Excellent. Oh, well, and I know, Marianne, you were asking about water skiing. Yeah, we're on the water already. It's Wisconsin, so it's it's getting better. I actually skied on Thursday night. We've been on the water since May 2nd. It was a little too chilly for me then. I used to be one of the first ones on, and now I'm like, no, go ahead, guys. I'll help in the boat. It's good. I needed to warm up a little bit before I hop in. But we're doing great though. The season, we have 2 more practices before our first ski show. So that is on Memorial Day. And we have adaptive events coming up. We've got one in June, 1 in July, and 2 in August. So super excited for all the things that are coming up this summer with that too. So yeah, actually today is gorgeous for Wisconsin here. It's I think it's supposed to hit 80. I'm kind of curious if we've hit it yet. Oh, actually it says we're already up to 84 out there. Wow. So summer's showing up finally. Yay. Catching up to what you guys have, you're a little more south from us. So you guys have already been experiencing that.
Oh yeah, it's warm here. It's really warm.
85. It's 85 here. So.
Oh, nice.
And Yeah, so it's nice and comfortable, but you got to get up first thing in the morning. You got to get your grocery shopping in, and because it gets warm, people on bicycles, you know, you got to hydrate. And we kind of had a little bit of a fog that was kind of crazy that came across the ocean and across the mountain. And so yeah, learning what the weather climate will be here another season down here in San Carlos, Mexico, but it'll be real busy. I heard for Memorial Weekend, not only with the San Carlos Tucson Sailing Club Regatta, they have fishing tournaments on weekends, and so it will be great fun. And met some ladies that snorkel, so we're going to try and get there out there on the beach and do some snorkeling. So I'm looking forward to some of those activities, but I've been swimming in my pool outside my door and just loving it, and kind of a little relaxing, a lot of creative work this week, but at least I got some clarity on it with my writers, Suzanne Sims and Leon, and ready to start writing Cool Acts of Kindness.
Excellent. What kind of time frame are you looking at for that? Are you by the end of the year that'll be a piece that's ready to go, or what do you anticipate?
I would like to get it done as soon as possible. So, with our experience with the other books, we've learned a lot. So, the good news is that I have a Fiverr graphics team, and I've already created the outline last year for Suzanne. Leon, it says he's going to be joining us. He just got back right now. So again, I have the chapter names. Hello, Leon. I have the chapter names. We have the title cover. We have the chapter names. I have about 50 puppets in it. We have the back cover. And so that's a big process. And the characters' names. So when I talked to Suzanne, and I was playing around, I'm like, how is this kind of storyline going to go? And she goes, the first book we wrote was really long, but it was an animation movie for Animal Planet. And I said, I still see the same. He's like, I kind of like the shorter book with Pono the Hawaiian Polo Pony, which is the days of the week. And it just kind of came to me. I slept on it and woke up refreshed and guided that, hey, let's do the 7 days of the week. Let's create a climate change summer camp. And, one day they're learning sign language, which would help bring our coloring books awareness in sign language and the YouTube videos that Trevor Gibbs helped me upload. So that would be one activity to focus on. Another day would be Dr. Emoto's test of water, putting love and hate on water and watching the crystal formalizations. When you see love, you have beautiful crystallizations and harmony. And when you see hate, it's ugly. And, one day they can be talking about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and how they're all affected. And they're going to do fundraisers. And we have a funny bird. And she's going to be Greta Thunberg in honor of Greta Thunberg over in the UK, who is a young spectrum advocate for climate change. And we want to highlight her, as well as a day for Greenpeace, which is a penguin named Mr. Penmanship, who encourages everyone to write letters. So that will be another day at the camp. Learning about Greenpeace and their ship called the Rainbow. I think of it, but so that would be another day for writing. And then at the final will be a fundraiser and learning about money and how money works and how money has affected our economies and food chains and supplies, our housing, and talking about all those kinds of things. And then they're going to have a play at the end called 5 Elements with 5 Elephants, which will talk about the earth, wind, air, fire, and water. And Lucy Lynch has created these 15-minute sound bath meditations. And when I was in Hawaii during the pandemic, she created it, and they played it in 3D at the Hilton Hotel there down the marina. and it was just amazing. And you sat in these, it was a small theater, but you sat in the chairs and the chairs moved. You felt like you were in the volcanoes. You felt like you're going by the waterfall. All of a sudden I get a spritz of air at me and it's water, and Lucy's playing these crystal bowls. So, this is all authentic work. It's not AI generated. And we explained that to Joe Wright too, in the world. So, that will be the idea. And they're all stage puppets, Sue, so that we can continue these types of activities, which would be unlimited. It's, so we have the books, coloring books, we have Folk Madness puppets, we have a vision and mission, we got the YouTube videos, we just created the other 2 videos, Leon, that Sue just posted, and maybe you could play them again one more time with Leon and tell Leon's reaction, because Love is the Only Way. It starts in Seattle, Washington, where Leon McLaughlin is organized the Clean Water Foundation. We created a puppet called Waterflow the Whale, and Robo Motivation, who accepts the water filters. And I just love the expression on this robot. I just think it is so cute. Tilts his head and then starts rolling around the world. He's rocking and rolling, Leon, rolling around the world, and especially to deliver water filters to Rich, who's an ostrich in Africa. So if you want to bring on Leon, and if you want to play those videos again, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm Marianne of Waikiki, and I appreciate you, Sue. Thank you so much, World of Ability, for having us. Kurt, Emily, Transform You Media, Lawrence Wingate Studios, Happy Neighborhood Projects. We wouldn't be doing this and networking if it wasn't for you guys to do this every Saturday. So mahalo. Gracias. Leon, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Hey, welcome. How are you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Hanging in there. Just got finished dropping off some water units to FedEx to send them to the Hopi. So we sent quite a few last week, and we sent more water units and filters this week with the different filters. So we got 2 filters that we're working with them on. One that takes out the viruses and contaminants because they have the uranium in their water. But we also put a new custom-made filter out that takes out the forever chemicals, because that's an issue also. And the Blackfeet tribe had an issue with those forever chemicals. So they're really happy about that. We're wrapping up the Gold Coast Magazine article that'll be coming out in June, working on what we're going to call the cover story. And we're thinking about covering it. The cover story will read, Making a Difference. Leon McLaughlin bringing water to children around the world, along with the article that'll be coming out, which will be called The Water Cart Story. Leon McLaughlin working with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and World Vision U.S. headquarters to bring children clean, fresh drinking water. So once that magazine come out, which will be the June edition, I'll send everybody a copy. So it's just been busy working on that. Glad that we sent more water units to the Hopi with these new custom-made filters that takes out not only the virus and contaminants, but that new forever chemical that's in the water also. So it's been a great week, great day. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and finishing up with the publishers of Gold Coast Magazine for that June edition. So we'll be sending it out to everybody. So pretty cool.
Got so many good things going on. Oh, I love all your good news. This is great. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, what they say, just when you thought it was great, it got even greater. Absolutely. And we also sat down with Alvarez and Marcel, which is one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. You can Google them. We're working with them about our new deal that we're working on, which is desalination plants, reverse osmosis plants, and solar water treatment plants. So it's like that old saying, we're moving on up. So imagine if we can put a water treatment plant on the reservations. And we're also working with doing that in El Salvador. That's going to be a huge game changer from a water unit being in your home where you have to change the filters, every so often, compared to having a water treatment plant in your community. And yeah, you could still have the water filters, but the water is going to be really 1,000 times better by having that treatment plant. So we're working with those guys and the private equity company folks that Mariana was talking to about actually getting funding to do that through these stores that they're going to open up, the water, coffee, juice bars all across the country, and the water store. So yeah, it's been just great news all around, and they look like they're in their final stretch of working on that funding that we were talking about. So yeah, all good news.
Awesome. So now I know you've been in touch with, like you mentioned El Salvador. How does this come about? How do people find you, or is it's like a who knows who kind of thing and somebody introduces you to them, or how does it all come together that you are reaching so far and wide at this point?
Yeah, it's actually who knows who. So what happened is that the president of El Salvador, we had delivered water units to schools and hospitals there about 1.5 years, 2 years ago with one of the American airline nonprofit groups called Airline Ambassadors. And they actually did a show with the publishers of Gold Coast Magazine. And on that show, they talked about how they had talked to me about actually working with them to do a water treatment plant. So they talked to some of the president's contacts who they were in contact with. And that's how we ended up with the private equity group that we're working with, along with them saying, hey, we need water treatment. And we start talking to some of the manufacturers and designers on how to do a solar water treatment plant. Because as you know, electricity is super expensive. And so it all came to who knows kind of who, and being out there also on social media, and then everything what you guys were doing to send those links out to them to check out what we were doing on World of Ability for them to basically say, hey, let's get involved over here, and that's basically how it went down. That's why they say you can't win the prize unless you advertise.
Absolutely. Well, and you got me thinking here. I'm trying to think way back because I know we've known each other for a while now, and you've been so involved for so long. How did you get started with the whole clean water efforts? You want to remind us of what your backstory is on that?
Yeah, basically it was through traveling around the world, and I was in Mexico, where Mariana's at actually. Not in the place where she was at, but I was in Rosarito, Mexico. And I was talking to this lady when I noticed these barrels on these roofs. And I asked her, what was those barrels? And she said, these are water barrels. And we collect water, but I actually store my water in my bathtub. And one day I was having a gathering, and a tourist came and asked to use the restroom, and he went in there and seen the water, and he thought he was doing her a favor and drained the water out the bathtub and came out and told her, and she started crying, saying that was her water for the month because they couldn't afford the money to purchase water from the water trucks. So by me having a chain of coffee shops in Canada, and they were mobile, I actually was like, I wonder if you can build a mobile water cart. And went to school at the University of Sacramento online for water maintenance repair, and got a degree and started designing these water carts, and did a cold call out here in Seattle to World Vision. That's where their US headquarters is located out here, and showed them the design of the cart. And we actually donated the first cart to them. And they were like, well, we're going to do research development. It'll probably take about a year, but they had a Katrina situation in Bolivia. And they said, hey, you know what? We can't wait. This was 2 weeks after we had gave them the cart. to test out. And they said, well, we got to put it in action now. And went to Bolivia with the card and was like, wow, the water is tasting so good from this disaster relief deal that it's actually tastes better than the water that we had before the disaster. So they started using the cart for everyday use, ordered 8 other carts because they were mobile and solar to go to Peru, Chile, Bolivia, and to move them around. And that's how we got started. Then we did a show with NBC in Bolivia, going to the villages where we had installed these water carts. So that's how it basically started. Yeah. And now we're in over 40 different countries. And with our latest venture with the Hopi, Navajo, and Blackfeet, I was on a talk show, and the gentleman was like, well, what are you doing in America? And I said, well, I don't think we got no issues with water here. And he said, yeah, on the reservation. In Arizona, they got a tribe called the Hopi and Navajo tribe, and they got no running water, contaminated with uranium. And that's how we got started with those guys, talking to some scientists during COVID, because they had the highest number of COVID because they couldn't wash their hands because they had homes with no running water. So the COVID had really hit the reservations really horribly. So what we did, we talked to some scientists here by them being at home, and I had never been in uranium filters or dealt with it. I mean, that was way over my pay grade. And some of the scientists that they referred me to, some of the manufacturers, by them being home during COVID, say, let us try to design a water filter that takes out uranium. And that's how the whole thing started with those guys. Amazing.
It is amazing. You have such a rich history in how this has all come together and how many lives you've impacted along the way. I just love that. And thank you for reminding me. I don't know if I knew all the pieces of that. So I'm glad.
That's how the whole thing started. And by me being promoting shows at the Paramount, because that was one of my gigs also, doing the marketing for the Repertory Theater, promoting shows at the Paramount Theater, we got the artists to do fundraisers, and then the funds that we raised through these series of fundraisers we were able to purchase the water units and filters. So that's how we came up with the funds to do it, along with people donating. But we've been doing that for the last 15 years, doing these fundraisers with great artists to help us along the way. And by me having an entertainment background, to get the artists involved, that's how it all started. And with the latest thing with Lucy Lynch, when I was in Hawaii and talked to her, like Marianne had said, who had introduced me to her, she had an amazing song, great person. And we said, hey, let's team up once we get this funding. And actually, we're going to have a concert in El Salvador because we got the president behind us, some people that's connected to him, and Australia to do a concert. And we're working with a group called Global Giving. So yeah, it's like having great partners, just like with the World of Ability. And everybody, what they say, working together works. So it's not one person, it's everybody working together. And by us celebrating our 5th year anniversary for being in the Bill and the Melinda Gates Museum, we just celebrated a 5-year anniversary there. And all that'll be in that Gold Coast magazine June edition that I'll send out to everybody. The whole story, what you just said, the life story of the music, the water, our latest projects in El Salvador, and the Hopi and Navajo.
Excellent. Absolutely wonderful. And you know what? We do have another friend that is joining us here. I want to give Sherry a chance to come on in and say hello. And maybe, I don't know if you've met Leon before and know any of the story at all, but welcome, Sherry. I wonder if you want to just come on in and share a little bit about who you are as well. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for being here too. I met Leon last week, and I'm a plumber's daughter. I ran our plumbing company in Tampa for years. And what I was thinking was a good sales route. I'm sure you've already thought of it, but taking it straight to the service plumbing contractors and selling them to sell their clients. anyway, that might be a avenue for you. I'm a sales rep. My other job, my third job, I am a sales rep for multiple plumbing contractors. I bring corporate contracts to lucky plumbers, and I work on a commission basis. So they don't have any reason not to hire me. It's kind of a cool gig. I started that when when my dad sold the plumbing company. I started being a sales rep for multiple contractors.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, and tell us a little bit about Let's Be Trees.
So I am revolutionizing the funeral industry, and that's kind of shocking, but we're going to do death differently. And that's kind of shocking. We're going to take the profit out of funerals. That's kind of shocking. And we're going to go back all natural, the way that our grandparents used to do this. And it was simple. And I say now that it probably took a simple person to come up with the simplest solution. And it is the simplest solution. We're looking for 50,000 people in every state to people or pets. Now we've determined that we can let pets in, put aside an acre or 10 or whatever for people who want to get buried with their pets. Why not? We're going to have 300 acres. So, everybody's included. So, anyway, I'm super excited about it. We're looking for 50,000 people in every state to put your name on a list for your state, that if we get land there, you would join the Cemetery Society. And it's a one-time $100 membership fee that you can buy it as a kid and be buried in any state that we have a society in. And it's one time, one and done. So we're making funerals free again, basically. So there you have it.
That is brilliant.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
so I just wanted to share with you too, Sherry. We'll connect for the Acts of Kindness series. Now, Leon, going back to the climate change book, Cool Acts of Kindness that we were discussing, my idea was to make this as a 7-day activity book with puppets at a summer camp for climate change. And every day they have a different activity. And at the end, we have a stage play with a stage puppet. So I know you know a lot of people with talents that could fundraise with these puppets at events down the road once we roll out the package and everything. But Sherry, I wanted to share with you, I had a neighbor, J.R. Coleman, in Waikiki, Hawaii, and we went to the Unity Church of Hawaii, and he was a sailor, and he made his transition. And anyway, at Unity Church, they created a living tree with his ashes, I guess in a bulb. I don't know how they actually preserve it, and then there was a little memorial plate sign. I don't know how whatever you explain it, but anyway, JR is there, and he is a living tree, and it's a great concept. And I want to add it into the Cool Acts of Kindness book because he gave me the idea for a goat named Kid Heart. And the goat, JR also created the Heart Card game. And Lucy and June Dillinger have been out promoting it since he passed away at the Unity Church of Hawaii and events. And Lucy sings Love is the Only Way. So the kids one day would play the heart game as part of the 7 days of the week while they're at the camp for climate change, to open up our hearts to uplift the world and not think about eco-anxiety and fear. So the creativity came to me this week, Sherry, so we'll talk more, but that's the idea and the vision. And I reached out to June Dillinger in Hawaii to see if she would join us on the show. She had a program on Olelo TV in Hawaii called Make Love Visible, and she interviewed me on there as well. So I want to be able to incorporate this amazing story that I'm sharing and put JR at the end of the book. And hopefully June will come on and talk about the heart card. So his name is Kid Heart. He's a goat in loving memory of J.R. Coleman. And we'll have all the activities in this book. So the creativity is flowing, Leon. And I'm in San Carlos, Mexico here. They're called Tinakas, the water tanks on top of the roofs. So we have a big water truck that comes and fills it up. I'm very lucky and grateful because a lot of my neighbors don't have water sometimes. Some of the sailors that live down here in houses. And I said, you know, you're more than welcome to come over and take a hot shower here or whatever you got to do. And Captain Robert was just here and he's preparing to take the sailboat out for the summer. And we had a nice piano concert with him coming over and playing piano in my apartment for my lady friends. And so, yeah, we got good flowing energy here. We want to keep the uplifting vibes going. So thank you so much for having me here. And congratulations again, Leanne, for the work. I'm looking forward to working with Suzanne. Sue asked me how long would it take. I would like to get the book completed as soon as possible, at least for summer, back to school. And Leon and I talked about it. So I already have the Fiverr outline of the chapter names, the characters' names. Now we kind of got the storyline, like I just told you. It's going to be at a summer camp. We got a play inside of it at the end, and Lucy's soundtrack. So Sue, I don't know if you can play those videos, and Leon's still here, kind of to show what we have in mind. And you can meet Waterflow the Whale with Lucy's song Love is the Only Way, and Robo Motivation. I just love how he tilts his head when he receives those water filters. It's so cute. And his eyes light up, and he's got a heart on his chest, and he gets to roll around the world, starting from Seattle, Washington, where Leon is at, and brings over water filters to Rich, the ostrich in Africa. So Leon, are you there? We're going to watch this together.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right, she's going to play the video.
Rich and radiant I am, rich and radiant I am. I am rich and radiant I am, rich and radiant I am. I am. Now is the time to realign with my truth so deep inside. I am always provided for in this moment.
That is absolutely brilliant
And then we
and
do
a
have
great
one-
idea.
Got one more here as well. I'll go ahead and get that one started. Whoop, what's that? Let's see. Is this the same thing? There we go. We're good.
Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Love is the only way. Take a breath. Let it be alright. Take a breath. Let it be enough right now. Let this moment be what it is. Let this moment be your doorway to bliss. Seeking love, 'cause it's seeking you.
What an absolutely brilliant piece that you guys has put together.
I
You did a great
agree.
job.
I feel like, sorry.
Go ahead.
I agree. I feel like you've put together the campaign that I want to put together the children for, and I can't wait to connect with all these pieces together. I'm with you too, Leon. I'm excited. I can sell water conditioning. I am a salesman, and
Yeah.
I sold reed pipes over the phone, So I'm pretty confident in my plumbing knowledge and ability.
You have more than I do. So I would love to connect. I just actually put my number in the chat. If you can put your number in the chat, let's definitely talk for sure.
Yeah,
And I
sure
also want to
will.
talk to you. I mean, Sue's put together a great program with all us, Mariana, all us, and you were so right about that funeral cost. You know, I was just looking at a friend of mine who had passed away, and then the funeral place sent, you know, the bill, and it's like if you weigh over 300 pounds, it's an extra $150. So they're just milking people, just like you said. So I think you're dead on doing it the old-fashioned way. You know, if you want to get embalmed, that's $4,000, but you don't have to get embalmed. So who know all that when you going in sad that your loved one died and they done stuck an extra 150, an extra $4,000 that you don't maybe need for a service. So yeah, if you could put your number in the chat, that'd be great. And I put my number in the chat. And I think this whole bundle package that Sue's put together has been totally, totally amazing.
Yes,
too.
thank you, Leon. And I just
Me
wanted
too.
to share with you what I just caught is you know, I have a mild hearing loss, and I was an interpreter with a deaf man in Hawaii, and I got the video, you know, on my laptop, and it's brilliant. I love it. I love it. And today I'm wearing my Bose headphones because it's noisy outside, and I have a captain here and getting ready for the boat. But anyway, I just heard on my Bose headset, I heard the water waves crashing with water flow the whale. I never knew it was there. And so that's an aha moment with how good my fiber graphic guys is doing. It's amazing. I didn't know that the whale made a water sound there, giving the water filters to Robo Motivation. So that's just something too to keep in mind too with persons with disability and hearing loss, and getting that kind of message out there. And you know, if it was closed caption, which we'll be doing, it would say wave crashing, so that you can hear these actual like nature sounds, or you know, different sounds, bells, alarms that you know are in the background of these videos. So we'll be working on that, and I'm glad I caught that right now. So thank you. Thank you. It's going to be great fun, Leon. Acts of Kindness series. I'm Mariana Waikiki.
Excellent. You guys are amazing. And actually, we do have one more friend that's joining us. I want to make sure to give him a chance to say hello here. Earl, welcome. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, everyone. And a little bit late to the ball game. I've been running behind schedule today. So
Glad you're here.
yeah, I am the owner of Nightwolf Event DJ Service LLC, and also the Midwest Plainsman podcast in Waterloo, Iowa. I'm also a podcast creation coach and consultant, and working with small business owners, helping them to create their own short videos and podcasts, so that I can help them to bring in more business, to give themselves a professional image, and to increase their business as well. I mean, increase their visibility. Because right now I'm working with independent musicians, singer-songwriters, and bands to help promote them and get the word out about their music and themselves. And just yesterday, I had a fantastic interview with a musician out of Montana. And he is into country music and Southern rock. And his mom happened to be watching the interview yesterday. She came back to me and said that it was the best interview she had ever seen with her son. So it paid me a huge compliment for what I'm doing.
That is fantastic. I love it.
And right now I am broadcasting live on the radio, as usual, at crucialsoundsradio.uk. And yeah, I'll be doing that. Let's see, I've got another hour yet to go. So I'll be here right here with you folks.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Earl. I do want to circle back around with Barbara to see how she's doing. And I know we've talked a lot since you were last piping in here. So I want to give you a chance to react and share whatever you'd like here today. How are you doing again, Barbara?
Oh, I'm doing really good. I was excited to try to tell Sherry Wallace that I was really impressed listening to TED Talks, and it was this woman, I think two different people talking about the importance of natural burials just for the planet, just for the global warming, how burying people in these metal caskets, how that's a negative effect on it's against what we're trying to do, and embalming, not embalming people too, but when we cremate people, and how that's not good for the environment, the last thing that you do on this planet to be something that's against the planet. You want to help nurture and fertilize and make the planet live. So yeah, there's some really excellent, if you go to TED Talks, of people that have just been able to speak so intelligently on the importance of the very thing you're talking about. And they weren't even thinking about, taking it so people don't have to worry about having money to bury someone. They're talking about just us getting smart about loving the planet and healing the planet.
Excellent. Yeah, TED Talks are wonderful. I think that I personally think they get forgotten about a little bit, but if you're looking for some insights in all sorts of different directions, that's a great place to go as a resource.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, and I know we're coming up on the top of the hour here. I want to just circle back around. I see Emily is back. What was on your mind here as the day is coming to a conclusion?
I just wanted to thank everybody for joining us today, and Joseph and a few that are here right now. Just got off before I came on camera. Kurt and I got off the phone with Coach K. I know we had mentioned that at the beginning, but we're works of planning a virtual picnic in regards to Easy Expo, which is a virtual year-round booth platform. So inviting anybody to that, or if anybody wants to learn more about Easy Expo or looking for having a booth, please let me know. But I think that's all I had to say at the moment.
Excellent. All right. Thanks, Emily. And Kurt, I want to pass it over to you for just a second here to see what's on your mind. I know you were on early on, and then you had that meeting that you were off to.
You just get to listen to John Party with Head Over Boots, Jason Aldean, Home Free with the Oak Ridge Boys. We're starting off hour number 2 here with the Wolf Man on Crucial Sounds Radio. Coming up to you next, I've got Jelly Roll, Justin Moore, Keith Urban, Kelsey Ballerini, and Kenny Chesney coming up to you next right here. You got something special that you want to hear, come join me in the chat room, crucialsoundsradio.uk. Let's go.
All right. Yes, indeed. Let's keep enjoying that work of Earl with his DJ work there at crucialsoundsradio.uk. He's going to be going for another hour. And then, I want to emphasize Emily's work there on our first annual 4th of July virtual picnic. I'm hoping all of our World of Ability friends will be on that. We're going to be structuring it for first session of the day, second session, and third session. So there's going to be 3 sessions to help accommodate whatever people's plans are for the 4th of July here in the USA. And wherever they are in the world, that we can match up to a time that works for each and every individual. Sign up with our crew here at the World of Ability. Everyone's invited. easyexpo.biz/abilityfest. And we're going to be right here on Zoom as well with Spirit of the Game. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. Well, what an amazing crew we've had here today. I absolutely love all the information, all of the passion and compassion that we hear with all of our wonderful guests. And we had Joseph earlier. We've got Marianne, Sherry, Earl, Leon, Barbara, and as always, we have Emily and Kurt here as well. So happy to be here. We are here on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central for the World of Ability podcast. Come on back next week. And you know what? If you want to find us real easy, go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. So at World of Ability Network is the way to find us there. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we would love to have you join us on that end. I think that's it for today. You know what? Tonight, another one to watch for, the TDC Today show. We will be having our USA team on at 8:30 p.m. tonight. So until next week, we hope you guys can all come on back and join us again. We will see you soon. And as always,